We have arrived at the last match of a massive tournament out here at Tuggerah, the Central Coast Sporting and Recreation Complex, and the 18 Girls Division Grand Final between the Sydney Scorpions in the green and lime green and the Hunter Western Hornets in the purple strip. The third match in a row for Grand Finals. We've now seen these two sides face off against one another. 25 minutes away from Grand Final glory. Of course, no halftime breaks, and the two sides will change ends when a try is scored. James Preston and David Stone, the Origin men's coach for the 20s boys, to bring you all the action. And David Stone, these two sides have had a massive tournament across pretty much all the divisions.
Yeah, they have. They have been the two stalwart regions in the last 4 to 5 years, and once again we see them come head to head in a grand final, and this will be an exciting clash. We've got a bit of a star-studded side and names that play for Australia in both teams, and I'd like to throw out one there in Chippendale from the Hornets. She's in the Australian mixed under-18s team, I believe, and she is one that can really set a game alight. She's got good speed, good passing game, so one to watch throughout this game, and the Hornets will tap off, and they've got her here in the link already, ready to go.
She's a real effortless mover. Zali Chippendale just glides across the field. We're just waiting for the final confirmation here with the siren to blow, and then from that point it will be 25 minutes on the clock. 25 minutes to stake a claim.
Just looking on the other field over on field one as well. Looks like we've got another grand final there as well, and you won't believe it, who it's between. Scorpions and Hornets. So
no prizes for guessing.
They've been the feature regions this tournament, and they're battling out two grand finals. Can the Hornets get the last say on the last two grand finals?
So I think we might also be waiting for a drop-off potentially on another field. Just having a little look around. Doesn't appear to be the case at this point in time. I can see the Hornets out there though on that other field, still waiting to commence things in their match. May well have actually been pushed back to a 1:35 start. There we go with the siren, and we are underway. The last match of what has been a terrific two-day tournament here at Tuggerah, and Chippendale comes forward, and now it's Ava Foster. Foster getting up to that 7-metre mark. Still a couple of plays up their sleeves. They try to push through an offside player. They've done exactly that. Patterson was ruled out of the play, and pushing through, Ava Foster collects a try within 4 plays.
Yeah, so they actually used Chippendale there as a bit of a decoy, which held the link defender in, and they just gave basically a link punish play, and they get the first try, first set. So good start here for the Hornets.
So Scorpions now with first use of the ball, already down by a try in this grand final. Medved is through the middle. She has it now, plays it about 5 away. Smith, oh, nice little pass just out in front of her link. They also had Fung sweeping around as an option, but they read it well, the Hornets, put them under pressure, and the ball is spilled.
And here we go, the Hornets playing nice and direct on touch too. This is a good start set here. Oh, nice hands there by Chippendale. Found the winger down the sideline.
Then hops in at acting half, and now Healy steers the ship in the right direction. Very strong start here from the Hornets. Stevens promotes the footy. And they'll play it here 10 metres into enemy territory. Popping up to cross it down is Boslin. Still a couple of options here through the middle. Big dummy coming out from the Hunter Western Hornets, but unable to fool the defenders.
Yeah, Dawson, more dummies than in a baby shop there, James.
I see where you picked up that one from. I go for pacifier store.
Oh,
either way.
Kids at home, I'm used to the old dummies. I'm even used to me spitting dummies sometimes.
I am certainly used to you spitting a few dummies last night watching the footy, or was that me?
No,
hard
that
to
was
pick
you.
Up anymore.
Old Tigers fan, you've got your jersey on here, still supporting them.
I'm a happy boy as Smythe comes up over halfway. Couple of dummies in there, and they're going to pull this one back. And what was that for? Was that the last play, I believe it was?
Play 6, yep, touch 6.
Stevens floats it. Now Healy, so you start getting me talking about the Tigers, I lose all focus. Control, Stoney, control.
I'll probably lose focus following them this year too, to be honest.
Oh, none of that. I'm here with the Hunter Western Hornets, baby, and the Scorpions. Here we go. Eagleton with the follow-up. Oh, no, I've put the mocker on her. Eagleton was ready for that follow-up, but never quite arrived, though. Fell out of the grasp of her hands as she went to pick it up. And now the Scorpions can have a little crack themselves. They still find themselves behind here as Smythe straightens the attack. And now it comes out for Jasmine Vera. Some very fast players on both sides of the pitch. Vera is most certainly one of them. And out wide on the other end of the field, Isabel Dale is absolute lightning. They'll pick it up again here, trying to squeeze through the middle. Not going to happen on this occasion for McDougall.
Good defensive set there by the Hornets. They're working hard defensively here. I like how on touch too. Every time it's direct. It's not sideways, it's direct. So they're making good ground.
Ross in an acting half and now supplied from Ava Simpson. Good touches made though from Bosland. In fact, Dale it was in the end. As they put it towards the centre here, the Hunter Western Hornets. Up over halfway, Foster floats a pass just out in front of the support there of Westerman. And the pressure from Vera tells. They get the changeover. And the Scorpions now looking to work it upfield. Touch comes in though, a good one made from Evie Jones. Smith, who's also had a terrific tournament so far out there for the Scorpions now.
Definitely a strike weapon here for the Scorpions with their ball playing skills.
Medved crabbing across field, trying to get away there from Foster, caught, and that will be the turnover as a result. So still 1-0 for the Hornets, yet to get a win in these grand finals on our stadium field. Maybe Chippendale has a little bit to say about that. Very flat pass from Zali. She hits the deck, nearly runs in the way of that follow-up as Dawson now comes forward. Options arriving late into the piece. Stevens is one of them, beats the first defender. Stevens plays it off the touch of Medved, then slows it here. Medved comes in and makes the last play. Here they come now. Dawson coming up to the line. Bosland makes a good touch.
Yeah, nice tight defence there. They didn't fall for any dummies that game, but I want to give a big credit here, shout out to both wingers for the Scorpions. From what I've seen, they played the whole semi-final, just the two of them, and it looks like they could play the whole grand final, just the two of them. So it's a big effort from both wingers here for the Sydney Scorpions.
Yeah, they're very fit and very fast, both Vera and Dale, as Smythe comes into the action. She's a bit of a fiery customer, had a run in on day one of the tournament, bit of a scuffle. As Smythe picks it up and now French takes off, looking for support and finds it. The Scorpions are in. And we have a level ball game in the grand final.
1-1, just speed there from, I think it was French.
Grace French it was.
Yeah, just took off from half and found the open player. And like you said, the girls' game, it's all about leg speed. We don't have a real lot of players that can throw a big, long cutout ball like the boys, like we just saw, but the leg speed is on show and the footwork here.
So Smythe makes the touch. Scores locked up. One try apiece. Final game of the day. Hope you've enjoyed all the coverage here on New South Wales Touch Football's Facebook page and YouTube, and of course Bar TV, who've done a great job bringing you all the images for this particular tournament. Chippendale floats it over the top, trying to get around Dale, who does a really good job to get there in time, outstretched and makes the touch.
Yeah, good touch by Dale. Like, once again, she's saved several tries. She can score them, but she can also save them.
Patterson comes forward now. The cutout pass. Smythe is there in support. So too Vera. They pop the pass now through Berryman. Vera, Patterson. Stubbs back out there, receives it now. Picked up from McDougall. Stubbs says, let's go directly through the middle. McDougall picks it up on the follow-through. Were they onside? Stubbs promotes the ball, passing it again. Now that's an unintentional falcon. Yes, we've got one in a grand final, baby.
And guess what? That's 6 to go off your head. That's the first I've heard of that one. But anyway, we will play what the referee calls, and they've called 6 to go. So a good chance here for the Sydney Scorpions to put one on the Hornets.
Yeah, very confused Lily Westerman there. She's saying, well, it's got me in the noggin. That wasn't my bright idea. So they'll go back to the 7-metre mark here and play it through Stubbs. Stubbs with support on her outside. Instead, takes the touch through the middle. Stubbs popping a pass here for McDougall. A little bit slow on that occasion, though, the Scorpions. It was easy to read. And there's a problem here, too, for Foster, who's not well.
Yeah, she's hurt her hand in that touch, I believe. So she's got to battle through it.
McDougall Rolls it down. Stubbs with the wraparound play. Patterson, that's been played at there from Chippendale. No questions about that one. Oh, and they're not going to allow them to play on quickly.
No, the injured player, she's tried to battle through it, but the referee's pulled it up, so we may get some medical to assist with that young girl out there.
And Grace French heads back out there. She's already set up the first try. Now she hops in at acting half. Doesn't have the strike dump to work with, so succumbs to the following touch. Now she can launch a raid. French off the left foot, pops the pass for Stubbs. Opportunities building here. White plays it. Back to French. They drop it down once more. French off the left foot a couple of times, bouncing around like a yo-yo. Now they come through the gap here. Patterson linking up. Oh, I think they've made the touch. Yes, they have. Great effort from Chesworth, the Central Coast product.
Chesworth, and also I have to give a shout out there to Westerman. The wing defence there. She shut down a couple of plays early in that set and then went good man on defence there. So well done to both Westerman and also Chesworth, I think it was, that made that touch.
Chippendale feeds it across, easy meters up the sideline now as Chippendale then hops in at acting half. Ross joins the action now, straight from the sideline and into the thick of things. Stevens comes up to the middle. Ross is there again. However, they can't get away and they've lost track of the touch count. That is the turnover. So around about 9 minutes gone in this one. Geez, it's gone along quickly, David Stone.
It has, and a good chance here. Yeah, well done by the Sydney Scorpions. Going direct on touch two. Scorpions really pressed hard there in defence. The Hornets to try and shut it down, but here we go. Here's their chance. Can they break the deadlock?
Yeah, one try apiece here, of course, and I was going to say if that one wasn't a knock on, it was certainly going to be called forward nonetheless. As Eagleton wraps around. Dale, however, you're not going to get around her. She's the quickest player in this division by some stretch as well. Chippendale now for Healy. Healy for Dawson. Dawson with a dummy, pops it over the top. Play on now. I could have sworn there was maybe just the slightest touch mid-air there.
I thought there was a 6 to go in there, but referees have ruled against us. We're up here. That's some of the best referees are in the grandstand, aren't they? James, I believe.
You ask Deacon Cameron, he'll tell you I think I'm the best of the lot. They'll come to the sideline now, looking for those fresh players on. Jasmine Vera isn't needed here from Medved, who continues cycling the legs and heading upfield. Now Vera flings it to the middle. Good ball for Van der Reyden. Smythe drops it down. French on the last. Smythe back to French. Now they've worked a little opportunity here. French will try and exploit it. Chippendale doesn't panic, allows the cover to come, and it's a great covering effort in the end from Dawson.
Yeah, we can tell some of these girls have had a very long weekend. They're not wanting to move them legs, but there's not long to go, girls. You just got to keep them ticking over.
They've played, what'd you say, close to double digits in terms of matches across the 2 days now.
Yeah, this would possibly, I reckon, we'd have 6. Maybe this might be their 8th or 9th game, I believe. So, long weekend in 2 days.
Eagleton swooped it up from acting half, then fired it across. Ross, though, is caught with it on the last, so a change over there. Just shy of 11 minutes gone. Score still locked at 1 apiece. Final game of the tournament. Grand final action here for the 18 girls division. Some real red-hot players in these two sides. As David Stone mentions, Origin reps, international reps as well. As Stubbs, the captain, comes forward. Offers it here for McDougall. Last play. Now they have a little wraparound working. They can continue to push towards the side of the field with Patterson, but well tracked through the middle. They make the touch on Tasma.
Yeah, Tasma. She was almost through open space, but the retreating defence of Hornets covered it well. And it's gone into a bit of end-to-end this game, hasn't it, James? It's just a seesawing.
It's good to watch. It has opened up a fair bit as Chippendale comes through the middle. That was building nicely for them. The pass just going to ground, though. Evie Jones, who was up around the shoulders. Hard one to take.
Yeah, I think it's crunch time. We'll start seeing some of the big names come out in this game. No point holding them back any longer. If you've got the weapons, you may as well throw them out there.
Oh, well, not in that direction, though, as Patterson
That's gonna hurt.
throws it the opposite way. Now, she is actually one of those weapons, but that certainly was a weapon of self-destruction there as Chippendale now steps off the left foot, shows it a couple of times. Scotty Prince style, taking me back to 2005 with that kind of stuff. Foster now crabs across field, and they pop a ball here for the fresh players arriving onto the scene. A nice little run there from Nicholas. Now Stevens threatens to link up with Nicholas. A pass to Healy. Then back open to Stevens here. Slowing things down just for a moment. Boslin makes the touch. Healy at first receiver. Eagleton on her outside, doesn't use it. Now Eagleton in at acting half. Stevens comes to the line with a bit of a static approach. They pop it back to the middle. Eagleton trying to get away from them. Good diving touch and the changeover. So both sides really digging in deep in defence.
That's very good defence there by the Scorpions girls. What I'd like to see the Hornets girls do is have something come against the grain. Everything's like a 4-on-3 rooster play or an out ball, and all the Scorpions are doing are just sliding on the out. I'd like to see something, either a step back play or a sweeper, come back against the grain, just to try and open the Scorpions up on the short side.
Vera picks up an extra few metres after the pass. Berryman in at acting half. Now Smythe and French steers the ship in the right direction. So the big guns are on deck here for the Scorpions. Is this the time for them to break that deadlock? Berryman picks it up, has Smythe in support. Oh, Smythe overruns her though. It was building, there was a gap, and just miscommunication costing them.
Yeah, Berryman looked sharp out of half just then. I think that's something they could go back to middle play and just get her leg speed out of half and her footwork. I think could create something for the Scorpions girls.
So French makes the touch, and that will be a touch pass. Doesn't matter though, it's gone to ground anyway. So Berryman still out there. Will pick up the ball, and now Smythe to play it. So they've still got those weapons on the field at the moment. Van der Reyden gets away from a couple of attempts. Oh, nearly lost the ball. In fact, I think it might have been thrown into the hands there of the Hornets. However, they're not going to do anything with it. So they've turned it over play one.
Was that a 6 to go call?
It was initially.
It was, yeah, yep. And then she must have tapped it. She must have thought it was a penalty. I was just trying to piece all that together. It confused me.
There's a lot happening from you in the box. I thought we were playing charades for a moment. The hands were waving around like one of those big inflatable men at the car dealership.
I was just trying to mime, mate. Just trying to mime.
Make sure that I never play taboo with you or anything like that. It won't go particularly well. Vera popping it across here for Patterson. Now Stubbs and McDougall. Rolls it. Centre of the ground, 20 away from the try line. Stubbs looking for an opening here. Now picks it up, has another crack at them. McDougall on her outside, got to get rid of it. She's the acting half. That's thrown into the opposition for mine, who didn't want to take it.
No.
Geez, that's a bit unlucky there for the Hornets, I feel.
That's a very hard call. I thought that was ball down, but they've just got to harden up here and defend the set. And I'm sure they'll get themselves down the other end and get a crack themselves.
McDougall now at the line, comes very close. Foster, who has recovered from that little issue she had with her hand not too long ago, makes the touch. McDougall to the middle now. Stubbs to McDougall once again, threatening to link back up on the inside. Evie Jones shuts it down though. Midway through the count, middle of the field. McDougall brings it down. Last now, they wrap around. Well read though from Chippendale. They lost track of the count there, the Scorpions.
Good
that is the turnover.
Set. There was no real defensive threats there, to be honest. I thought the Hornets defended that really well, and here they go making it out of their own half. And this is only touch 2, and they're almost halfway. That's a good start to the set. Need back end flow now.
Healy off the left foot, plays it just shy of that halfway line. And there's an issue again. They've pulled up a little bit sore off the back of that play as it comes out for Weston, and we'll keep eyes on that too. Now they fling it away from McTaggart back to Healy.
Yeah, they should have got that ball down then and just got a scoop through. I think they lost count of their touches then. I'll just throw it over the sideline. So here's a chance. Defensive pressure, they can get a cheap turnover. This is what can really win you the big games, this defensive pressure here.
Stevens steps up and makes the touch, and getting into the closing stages of this one now with about 8 minutes to go, the final third of the match. Of course, 25-minute matches, no halftime breaks. Vera popping in and acting half. We haven't seen too much of Tiani Smith so far in this grand final, but she's had a big series to date.
Yeah, she has.
Here she comes now out of acting half, picking up. Smith throws it into the path.
She's from an offside position.
Yeah, that could be an interesting one. I'm surprised she's not sat down for that, actually. Maybe a 4-sub potentially.
I'm not going to point something out here, but I think that was a 7-touch set. I was counting the touches. Kept them down very low, so something I might go back and watch, but we will play
like
on.
An old school Cowboys fan right now, very salty. Still remembering that game against the Sharks.
We will play on. We will play on.
There's an issue here for Dawson, who really has not been 100%. She's the one who made the play at the ball. I think she's got to head off, though. She's not looking too good out there. Smith, they won't even get to ask a few questions of them. Dawson rolls it pretty quickly. Yeah, she's struggling out there, Emma Dawson. So Healy comes forward. Stevens now working it towards the sideline. Now roll upfield. Chippendale back into the fray. Steps off the left. Caught right on that halfway mark. As they crab across field, Ross tries to get away from Smith. Can't do so. They'll float it off now. Chippendale gets the legs moving. But ultimately she is caught.
The unfortunate thing, they're not just getting that flow for the back end for Chippendale to get a scoot through on the last play. They've tried to go 2 of the last 3 or 4 sets. Unfortunately, it's just the back end that they're not getting the flow. I think the group coming off really have to work harder on touch 1, 2, 3 to get to halfway for them. Fresh legs coming on.
Just a little clarification as well. We've actually got a jumper change here that has been noted. Good hand in the 1 and Dawson in the 2. As it's picked up here from Van der Reyden. Van der Reyden opened up half a gap and nearly found support back through the middle. I can't believe it's still locked at 1-1 because it's been end-to-end for pretty much the entirety of the match.
Yes, it has been. It's a real tussle, this one. It could be one little mistake that could change this whole game here, James.
So Ross crabs across field. Eventually they get reinforcements there as Dale comes screaming out of the line and makes the touch. Didn't allow them to move too far at all. Foster picks it up. Down a short side. Not too much space to work with there. And with about 5.5 to go, this one is on a knife's edge, David Stone.
Yeah, we're not far away. Like I said, it may only be one play that may break this game open, and it's just an end-to-end. Both teams, they just want to keep completing their sets, but one penalty, one mistake could change the whole ball game.
Patterson comes forward. Good meters on offer from her. Stubbs and now McDougall. McDougall, easy yardage. They'll pick it up again. Patterson for McDougall. Somehow managed to catch it between the legs, but they can't score like that though.
No, unfortunately not, but it was good control there, and they completed another set. The Scorpions are doing everything right. They're getting to the opposition 7-metre line. So now the Hornets, they've got to go all the way down the other end to get at least one touch to try and attack the try line. Oh, that could be a penalty.
Contact. Yes, it certainly will be. Dale, we've seen her do it a few times, come screaming out of the line to just apply the pressure, but she got it wrong on that occasion and collected Eagleton.
Is this their chance?
Stevens certainly thinks so. She drives forward as Goodhand pops it out of acting half. Now Stevens again through the middle. Stevens to Goodhand. And Goodhand slowing it down, looking for Healy out of acting half. Goodhand once more floats a pass, a great one. They've just got to release early here. Dale's very quick, but she's not quick enough to shut it down. The Hornets get in front inside the final 5 of the grand final.
Yeah, I thought Dale had him covered, but the pass back inside to the link. And unfortunately, no covering defence by the Sydney Scorpions, and the Hornets go up by 2-1. Be only around 4 minutes, 3.5 to 4 minutes to go on the clock. Could that be the game winner, or will the Scorpions hit back?
It's been very tight, so could well turn out to be a crucial play for them, but not if the Scorpions have anything to say about it. McTaggart getting the go-ahead try as Medved comes inside the 7. Plays it. Smith, quick hands. Boslin through a gap. Oh, a calamity of bodies crashing into each other, and they didn't get back in time. So it will be a try there. Brooke Boslin pushes through a gap and evens it up.
Yeah, Chippendale called miss there. So the ruling was ball down. I believe the winger, or the middle there in number 2 in Patterson. No, Eagleton may have made the touch, but the referee said no, ball was down first. So it didn't, we're back to even again. It didn't stay one in front for long.
It is a case of whatever you can do, I can do just as well. We haven't seen better as of yet.
No, not just yet.
So 2-2 it is. Chippendale is caught. There's a bit of extra attention about that touch too. Chippendale, they know, is one of the key weapons for this Hornet side. Dale is caught out of position there. What a great pass it was. They kept the width. Dale just got a little too interested further infield, and they were good enough to pick the opportunity there, the Hornets.
Yeah, she got caught inside in the field a little bit too much, but her first movements were sideways on the line on that play. She's been very good defensively, but on that play she was just sideways on the line instead of stepping up and taking the space away. So good try there for the Hornets, and all of a sudden, in 3 sets of 6, we've had 3 tries.
It's been a stalemate for the bulk of this match, and coming inside the last 2 minutes, now the Scorpions are under the pump. Back-to-back tries here for the Hunter West Hornets. And here we are at 3-2. So McDougall pops it to the middle. Stubbs. McDougall again. Coming for a grandstand finish. Oh, it's been left behind from the Hornets. That would have been pretty much it.
Yeah, that would have really been handy for the Hornets girls. And unfortunately, it's a repeat set. And I'm sure there'll be some instructions go out here. Will they just stay on the field? Yes, they are. They're going to complete this set. It's an important set for the Scorpions. They're away.
They'll turn it back on the inside. Stubbs still an option. There's another penalty coming here. They've got to be careful.
So that's the first penalty, and here we can see the coaching staff sending out one.
It's Grace French, so she's already set up at least one try, but they've burnt a couple of plays in getting them out. It wasn't smooth at all, but Medved and French are there, and the Hornets know there's a bit of disconnect. They step up to put on the pressure. Now French comes forward. French looking for an opening. That'll be play number 4. They've got 2 left, and we're inside the last minute here. So this will be just about it. Last play. Grace French has a crack herself. They're offside. They're offside. So that's 2, and they've got another set to work with here. It's not done with yet.
That one hurts. Last play gives a penalty away. Can the Hornets hold them out here to claim the victory?
Inside 30 seconds. Medved, French, Medved for the line. I think they just get the touch in time. They'll go back quickly. They'll only have maybe 2 plays left at them. Eagleton made the touch. There's French. They drop it down quickly. Medved, French. Oh, it's nearly building again. They're caught offside. French is through. French is through. We're going to drop off.
James is like a jack in the box last night. How the Tigers won. Up and down, up and down. The Scorpions, the Hornets, they've got him excited, and we're going to a drop-off.
What a finish, David Stone. We've had 4 tries in the space of about 3 minutes after this bottleneck. We were just stuck between the 2 attacking zones for about 20 straight minutes. And how about this? Last game of the day, and we get perhaps the most exciting finish of the entire tournament.
Yeah, it's well-deserved. The games, the amount of games that we've had go to drop-off today has been... It's been a little bit exciting, to be honest. The games are very hard to split, and I think some of them are deserved of going to a drop-off, and this will be exciting. We can see here, Sammy Rogers just calming her players down. I think the New Zealand Warriors, I believe, in the Rugby League were the first team to do this, where just get in a circle, get a bit of breathing, calm themselves down, get composed, and I'm sure both teams have already trained for this drop-off throughout their training sessions. We can see Jared Rodimer, one of the coaching staff over there. He's working with some of the players. So obviously they've nominated around 5 or 6 players to play this drop-off. And I'm sure the Scorpions, they didn't even talk about it. So they know their plan. They know what their go-tos are. And they're also already coming off a drop-off in the semi-final. So they know what they've got to do.
Of course, we'll begin with 4 players on the field. And this is interesting. They picked the exact same 4 that we saw in the semi-final. Grace French, Nina van der Reyden, Medved out there as well, along with Tasma Patterson. And David Stone, just explain for us exactly what happens here. So 4 players to begin with. What happens then?
So it'll be 4 and 4 for 2 minutes. If the game is still tied after 2 minutes, we will go to a 3 on 3 sudden death. Basically a golden point from then on.
There is a right of reply to begin with if we can see an early try here from the Scorpions, for example. French with van der Reyden sweeping around. Back to Medved, wanted to release the pass quickly. That's incidental contact. Medved plays on. French is there again. What a final French is having. Ooh la la, baby.
I actually reckon, this is just my personal opinion, I reckon Foster has covered that touch. Oh, that was a close call. She done well because unfortunately Chippendale did slip over there. and I thought Foster had recovered and saved the Hornets, but they do get a right to reply. Here we go
with about a minute remaining. So enough for a full set. They don't need to panic here. They'll get probably 2 or 3 plays within that danger zone. This is only touch number 2, and they're 15 away. They'll pop it here for Estelle Nicholas. And now it comes for Evie Jones. They've kind of burnt a play there without asking too much. Chippendale's now going to cause some sort of a threat here, and she's caught. They need her involved in the play.
Yeah, I'd like to see her on a sweep here.
So Eagleton supplies for Chippendale. It's all too static. They've got to move here. So Chippendale only get 1. They don't have the strike dump either. She goes short side. It's an interesting play, but it somehow works. Chippendale produces some magic. Eagleton swoops, and we're level again. These two cannot be split.
No, they cannot be split. And this here for the Hornets, they want this to go to 3-all. Both teams, even it's all about the clock now. Basically, the Scorpions, they'll try and wind the clock down, get it to 3-all. That's what they'll want to plan to do. Open the spacing up.
They fling it here for Medved. Medved now for Patterson. There's the siren, so they'll stop it right here. We won't get to see anything continue on because we need the players to sort out who's going to leave the field. It becomes a 3-on-3 process here. They won't lose their positioning. French comes out. I'm not sure who they're looking to take off, though. In fact, French won't be able to get into the action. So 3-on-3, sudden death, and they're just 7 metres away. The touch is made, but they've only got 2 out there at the moment. They've caused all sorts of problems in trying to get their fresh players on. So Van der Reyden supplies for Medved. The wraparound comes. They've marked it well. The Hornets survive, but they've got a long way to go now.
I'm really surprised that the Scorpions didn't put on their speeds during the 14 there.
Yeah, Dale and French, you'd think those would be the 2 go-tos. French to set it, Dale to score it.
Oh, the Hornets, they look out of legs here. They've got Chippendale out there as well now. They're all out on their feet. Last game, this is a championship, girls. Keep going.
Chippendale bouncing off the feet, trying to open up a gap here. In no rush to play this one at all.
She's going to play it.
Eagleton picks it up, has to get rid of it. Chippendale, it's gone to ground. They are absolutely out on their feet here. This is perhaps the time here for the Scorpions, but now they remove one of their players. Girls, just stay out there. Get some legs on the pitch. French eventually arrives. Medved, now they look to take off. French taking on Stevens. French is quick. Stevens gets there. It's Scott Sattler-esque. It's a try-saving touch. They'll play it. 15 away. French toward the middle. Stevens meets her again. Van der Reyden. French up against Stevens. How about the movement? French gets away. Does she? No, Stevens gets there. Chippendale is absolutely exhausted on the outside. There goes my phone. It's fallen 20 metres. I don't care. Out for French it comes. Van der Reyden now. They pop it again. French for the line. French wins it. Oh, baby. I'm eating French fries tonight.
Oh, I've lost it. You've lost it. Oh, well done, James. Good call, mate. Yes, the Sydney Scorpions come out victors. I'll settle everyone down, mate. You okay? You.
What a finish, Stoney. I'm into it. I'm into it. French gets a hat-trick at the death in extra time, and that claims it. I can't tell the score. I've thrown my booklet off the scaffolding. I think it's 5-4, and they've done it here, the Sydney Scorpions. What a finish. What a game. What a way to wrap up an awesome tournament, David Stone.
Yeah, very, very awesome tournament. And, yeah, well done to the Sydney Scorpions. Well done to both teams. They were both out on their feet there in the drop-off. We also have the Sydney Scorpions winning in a drop-off on the other field one as well. So well done to the Scorpions as an affiliate in a region, and congratulations to all players involved throughout the day. Those games that all went to drop-offs, and the standard of play and the level was really good by all players involved. So congratulations to everyone. Congratulations to the referees. Congratulations to you, James, on your Tigers win. And also now the French fries on the way home. Well done to everyone. And big shout out to the Tuggerah Council, all our partners in ISC, Budgie Smugglers and Gripstar Socks. And, yeah, what a tournament. I'll let you wrap it up, James.
Yeah, well said, David Stone, and a big thank you to yourself as well and all the commentary partners who have been in the booth with me throughout the day. I won't list them all. There's been a cast of thousands, and, of course, also a big thank you as well to Bar TV for providing all the coverage. And, of course, thank you to our players. We can't do it without them and the referees and you watching at home. It's great to have your support. Hope you've enjoyed all the coverage. That's a wrap here for the Junior Regionals for 2023 out here at Tuggerah. Hope you've enjoyed all the action. We'll catch you very shortly for our next terrific competition here at New South Wales Touch Football.